Gather round, folks, because I've got a Christmas story for you that you've probably never heard before. We all know Santa, the reindeer, the sleigh full of presents. But what about the unsung heroes of the North Pole? The ones who work tirelessly behind the scenes? I'm talking about the elves, of course. And this is the tale of how a small group of them, led by an elf named Ilara, saved Christmas from the brink of disaster. It all started on December 23rd, just 2 days before the big night. The North Pole was a whirlwind of activity. The toy factory was humming, the reindeer were practicing their takeoffs, and the smell of gingerbread and hot cocoa filled the air. Everything seemed perfect. But deep within the mailroom, a crisis was brewing. A freak blizzard, the likes of which hadn't been seen in a century, had completely buried the main sorting facility. Millions of children's letters, the very heart of Christmas, were trapped under a mountain of snow. No letters meant no lists. No lists meant the wrong toys, or worse, no toys at all. Panic started to ripple through the elf community. Santa, usually the calm in any storm, looked genuinely worried. He gathered his top advisors, but every idea they came up with hit a dead end. Digging out the facility would take weeks. Using magic was too risky. One wrong spell and the letters could be turned to confetti. It felt like, for the first time ever, Christmas might actually be cancelled. But then, a small voice piped up from the back of the crowd. It was Ilara. Now, Ilara wasn't a head toy maker or a lead reindeer wrangler. She was an inventor, known for her quirky, often failing gadgets. Most elves saw her as a bit of an eccentric dreamer. She was always tinkering with things, trying to improve systems that had worked for centuries. Her workshop was a chaotic mess of gears, wires, and half-finished projects. But Ilara had a different way of seeing things. Where others saw problems, she saw puzzles waiting to be solved. She stepped forward, her eyes gleaming with an idea. "What if we don't need to dig through the snow?" she announced. "What if we go under it?" The other elves just stared, confused. Santa, however, leaned in, intrigued. Ilara unfurled a blueprint, revealing her latest and most ambitious invention, the subterranean letter retrieval unit, or as she affectionately called it, the mole. It was a burrowing machine designed to tunnel through snow and ice, equipped with a gentle vacuum system to suck up the letters without damaging them. There was just one tiny problem. The mole wasn't finished. It was a prototype, untested and unstable. The head elves immediately protested. It was too dangerous. What if it broke down? What if it destroyed the letters? The risks were too high. But Santa saw the spark of hope in Ilara's plan. With time ticking away, they had to take a chance. He gave her the green light. Ilara raced back to her workshop and assembled her team. It wasn't the top engineers or the strongest elves. It was the misfits, the other dreamers who, like her, didn't quite fit the traditional North Pole mold. There was Finn, a navigation expert who preferred mapping out caves to flight paths, and Pip, a master mechanic who could fix anything with a bit of twine and a good luck charm. Together, they were a ragtag crew, but their loyalty to Elara and her vision was absolute. For the next 24 hours, they worked non-stop. Sparks flew, gears ground, and the workshop was a symphony of frantic creation. They repurposed parts from old toys, used candy canes for support struts, and even powered the main engine with a highly concentrated form of Christmas spirit extracted from carols. It was unconventional, it was chaotic, but slowly, miraculously, the mole began to take shape. As dawn broke on Christmas Eve, the machine was ready. It looked like a giant metal badger with a glowing red nose for a headlight. The senior elves looked on with skepticism, but there was no time left for doubt. Elara climbed into the cockpit, with Finn navigating and Pip on standby for emergency repairs. With a deep breath, she fired up the engine. The mole whirred to life, its drill spinning, and plunged into the massive snowdrift. The journey beneath the snow was treacherous. Ice sheets cracked around them, and the pressure was immense. Their communication with the surface was spotty at best. Finn expertly guided them through the frozen maze, using his knowledge of underground formations. At one point, a main gear cracked under the strain. The machine shuddered to a halt, and for a terrifying moment, it seemed like they were trapped. But Pip, cool as a cucumber, crawled into the engine compartment and, using a spare gingerbread man as a wedge, managed to patch the gear. It was a temporary fix, but it worked. Finally, they reached the buried mailroom. Looking through the cockpit window, Elara saw a sea of envelopes, a colorful ocean of children's wishes perfectly preserved. She activated the gentle vacuum system. A warm, shimmering light enveloped the letters, and one by one, they were safely drawn into the machine's collection chamber. It was a beautiful sight. They had done it. They surfaced just as the sun was setting on Christmas Eve. The elves on the surface erupted into the biggest cheer the North Pole had ever heard. The letters were safe. They were quickly sorted and rushed to the loading bay. Santa, his eyes twinkling brighter than ever, gave Elara a hug that lifted her right off the ground. He told her that her creativity and courage had not just saved the letters, they had saved the very spirit of Christmas. That night, as Santa's sleigh soared into the sky, it carried more than just toys. It carried a story of innovation, teamwork, and the courage to think differently. Elara, Finn, and Pip watched from below, no longer the misfits, but the heroes of the hour. They proved that sometimes the greatest gifts don't come wrapped in a bow. They come from the heart, from a willingness to try something new, and from believing in an idea, no matter how crazy it seems. And so, every Christmas since, the elves tell the story of Elara and her amazing mole machine. It's a reminder that everyone has a special talent, and that even the smallest elf with the biggest dream can make all the difference in the world. It's a story that reminds us that the magic of Christmas isn't just about tradition, it's about hope, ingenuity, and the incredible things we can achieve when we work together. Thanks for listening to this little-known slice of North Pole history. I hope it added a little extra sparkle to your holiday season. Merry Christmas, everyone, and don't forget to follow for more stories.